when we've been in unloving situations in our environment at a young age, we project that reality onto the people around us until we heal that. So because of that, we have a wound that tells us that we're not worthy of love. So that every time somebody tries to love us, we don't allow them to. We'll sabotage it every which way. We will see enemies where they're friends, friends where they're enemies, because you will always align with your most deepest opinion of yourself. It says in the Bible, out of the abundance of the mouth, the heart speaks. It means whatever deep-seated belief systems that you have deep down inside of you. If your dad, excuse me, if your dad was somebody who always used the N-word, do you use the N-word? You know, do you have freaking a black girlfriend or black boyfriend, and the very first thing that comes out of your mouth when you get mad is, you motherfucker? Because that's not healed, that's not dealt with. It's not yours, and it's not who you are, but it's who you are acting like you are, because it's the program default for your personality. When we learn to slow down, go back, and evaluate everything we've ever said, done, felt, had done to us, and we can look at it from every perspective. You know, okay, let's say I did something. Okay, I can look at it and go, okay, why did I do this? Well, I was in pain. I was ignorant. I was in fear. You know, whatever the case may be. Okay, why was I in these things? Well, because we were abandoned, we were stolen as a baby, we were raped, we were tortured, we had our own family steal multiple inheritances, try to kill us, try to gang stalk us, send women to frickin' try to seduce and assassinate us, frickin' do black magic on us, frickin' we were gang stalked out of every job that we ever tried to apply for, including a peer recovery specialist. We've had 11 years clean, went through multiple programs, and we're very excited about the job. They were excited to have me. Somebody called and told them I was a drug addict and alcoholic. Well, I've never been a drug addict or an alcoholic. Alcohol just does things to me that, let's just say, the way that we were born, with our ancestry and our purpose, we have a lot of darkness in us. And that's fine as long as we channel it properly, we translate, and we use it. But when you're on things like alcohol, you don't control you, the alcohol controls you. You don't have to be an alcoholic to be controlled by alcohol and be absolutely under its fucking spell, to where anytime you fucking use it, you're done for. You know, I barely drink, hardly ever. But when I did, I binge drank. And I drank a lot. And thankfully, I was purified of a lot of that stuff being in prison, not having alcohol in my system. So much so, when I got out and broke my oath to spirit not to drink, because I didn't really. When we go through spiritual awakenings, when we go through these transformations, where we get these aha moments, where we're like, hey, yeah, I knew that wasn't really me, and I felt something different, but until something brought that something different out, you know, and you acted in it, you didn't truly know, okay, this is who I am. You know, until you try acting for the first time, you don't really know that you're an actor. You can think you got it, you can think all this, but you don't really know. It's like singing. You know, before you sing and somebody hears that and they're like, wow, hey, that's pretty freaking cool. You don't know that you're a singer. Same with an artist, same with freaking musician. It's the same with any of these things. Until somebody validates your experience externally, even if that somebody is you, it has no physical reality for you. So it's like this. So it's those occasions where somebody says something about you and you're like, oh yeah, I knew that. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, I knew that. Fuck, man. Why in the fuck am I acting like I don't know that? Fuck, that's who I am. Because you've been brainwashed and poisoned with food and TV and news and all this fear-mongering bullshit that twists your perception so that you don't see who you are. It's part of the program. We are taught to idolize and worship all these dudes who never said they were God, never said to worship me as God. Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, peace be upon them, all those never, ever, ever told you to worship them. None of them did. In fact, every single time anybody ever said anything to Yeshua, Jesus, he said, I give all glory to my Father. In other words, I give all glory to Spirit, the essence that moves me and is where all this creativity comes from. See, this human vessel is an illusion. If we look at this reality and this human vessel as the same as viscosity in oil, okay, the lower the lower the vibration goes, the higher the viscosity goes. So the viscosity is the ability of something to flow, right? A high viscosity means it flows slowly, like molasses in winter, right? Pretty much doesn't move. I mean, it does, but we don't perceptibly see it. So that's what this reality is its vibrational frequency that's been so degraded and so lowered that it has become thick. It has become solid density. So much so that if you go to the full depths of this reality, you will not hold light. You will be too dense to hold light. It's what we call demonically possessed. There's no possession. 9 out of 10 times when people are fucking trying to exorcise somebody, they're literally exorcising a piece of the fucking person out of them. They don't need to be exorcised. They need to be fucking healed. Okay? It's taken me years to call back parts of myself that I got exorcised by these fucking fanatics that had no fucking clue what they were doing and operating in fear and calling it spirit. If you meet somebody from any denomination, any religion, I don't care if it's Freemason or whatever, and your initial reaction before you actually get to meet that fucking person is, ew, you're what? That's your problem. That's your fear. Because I was shown by Spirit in Catholic churches, in Mormon churches, in all these fucking cults that we know that exist to control people, I've seen amazing, beautiful, loving, compassionate fucking people that are just completely, totally brainwashed into believing a lie. That's why we're not here to condemn people. We are here to condemn attitudes, beliefs, and structures supporting those attitudes and beliefs. I'm using my water bottle as my fucking prop for my phone. The things we do when we're homeless. Delicious. Yes. Yes. Very good. Very good. Getting too fucking skinny, man. Feels weird not to be the big dude. Ever since I hit puberty, man. Well, even before that, man, I played baseball all growing up, so I was always working out. Been working out since, fuck, I don't know, 9, 10, 11 years old. I used to go fucking to the gym 3 times a day. We had a weight training class in high school, so I went to that. But when I was in middle school, we didn't have all that, so I had to go to Powerhouse Gym with an older guy that got me back into it. And we got real heavy into bodybuilding, started cutting out a lot of fats and, just all the bullshit that they taught us back then. Followed Arnold's Big Book, which now we know it's not. It's bullshit. We don't need to fucking spend 20 hours in the fucking gym to get big. We don't need to spend 20 hours in the gym to get strong. You can work out consistently 20 minutes a day and be strong as a motherfucker. There's a lot we did not know about the mind, the body, and how things actually work together because there's been a conspiracy to keep it quiet. All the fakirs in India, they know about that. They know about the sciences and how to develop the soul and how to develop all that. The Kemetic people did too. It's where the Bible comes from. That's where the whole Christian Judeo traditions come from, is ancient Kemet. They stole our tree of life. They stole fucking Imhotep's teachings of the freaking healing with the Ankh, with the serpents twined around it, which was the true caduceus staff. It was not a fucking cross, which is a sign of Saturn, which is the control system. It's structure, it's control, it's a manipulation. It's not sovereignty, it's not freedom. The Ankh represents eternal life and eternal freedom. It is the upright man with his own energy controlled within and cycling within itself. The control system is where you worship and your fucking energy goes to something else. How many times you ever been to a revival, been pumped up, and then later you were crashed because you just got energy drained by a fucking whole group of energy vampires calling themselves a church? And it's been happening for fucking couple thousand years. If people actually look up what the Piscean age was, which was the age of the church, the age of Christ, supposedly, that was actually the 2,000-year fucking reign of the beast. Control system. It's all about church control, manipulation, structure, rigidity, all that. That's what the Piscean age is about. The Aquarian age is the age of enlightenment, the golden age, where you wake up, you see the truth, and the truth sets you free. That you are a divine being. You are not here to worship anybody. That's why everywhere you see in the Bible where Jesus is talking about worship, he's talking about worshiping in spirit, worshiping in your heart. When it talks in Psalms about the secret place, it's in the heart. It talks in Revelation 3:20, says, I stand at the door of your heart and I knock. He who opens the door, I shall come in and sup with him and he with me. It is a heart condition. It is within you. The control system is without. All these religions are control systems set up to bind you. Religion comes from the Latin word religio, meaning to rebind. They're rebinding you to time. They're rebinding you to Cronus. They're rebinding you to Saturn, to Satan, to stricture, to adversarial life, to separation and illusion. There is no separation. There is only consciousness. There is no race. There is no religion. There is no culture in spirit. It does not exist. It only exists in this false reality. You've been lied to your whole life. Everything you know is a lie, except from the wisdom that you always knew in here. It's time to stop believing in the lies out here and start believing the wisdom in here. Start believing in who you know you are. You are Neo. You are the One. You are Trinity. They're one. They're twin flames. Two hearts of one spirit. A true twin flame, divine counterpart union is literally two spirits that were ripped in half to create this reality. That's why we have male and female. They took the polarities and ripped them apart. That's why opposites attract, and they're trying to bring them back together for a reunion called the Hieros Gamos, to where you reunite as one. But it begins in here first, where you unite your masculine with your feminine. Your receptive, quiet, open, receiving nature, which is the feminine. Receiving gifts, receiving knowledge, receiving power, receiving wisdom. Lean not on your own understanding, but by every word that flows from the mouth of God. That's within you. That spirit. This is the mouth of God. When you speak creation, or you speak destruction. When we backbite people, when we talk shit about people, we're literally destroying their reputation. We're destroying them. Now, some of this is meant to be done. We're meant to call out people for their shit. We're meant to condemn certain shit. The other day, I had to fucking break up some shit with two fucking women trying to jump this fucking dude over a fucking alcohol bottle. You know? And it's like, most people are, oh, that's not my business. Whose fucking business is it then? Whose business is it if nobody stops this woman getting raped? If nobody stops this man from being stabbed to death? If nobody fucking stops this fucking man from being jumped by two fucking women for a goddamn alcohol fucking bottle? When's it fucking stop if nobody stands the fuck up and says, hey, knock it the fuck off? We don't do that shit. We're being a shit ass. We have better. We fucking know better. And when you know better, you have to flow better. There's an old saying that comes from Taoism that I really love. And it says, to know and not to do is in fact not to know. Now, it's not talking about knowing. It's talking about knowing. Difference between understanding and understanding. Understanding is a form of slavery, hence under. Understanding is your own sovereign truth awakening within you. There's often been said the longest journey of mankind, not male, female, The longest journey is between here and here. Trying to get what you know here into experience here. Because that's how you know here, is you experience. That's the whole purpose of spirituality, is for you to experience who you really are past this material bullshit that tells you that you're a human being having a spiritual experience. No, you're a fucking quantum, energetic fucking powerhouse of primal fucking energy having a human experience. You are not in the human body. The human body is in you. Stop thinking you're so fucking tiny and small. You are a massive fucking giant. You've been taught to be small. And people have been taught to be intimidated by those who are not small. I used to let it bother me when a woman was like, I'm afraid of you. I was like, wow, man, what did I do? Until I started healing, I'm like, you know what, bitch, that's your problem. If you ain't healed enough to see that I'm the one motherfucker in this whole fucking area where you're at that would rip a motherfucker to shreds if he ever touched you and I don't even know you, fuck you. I'll still protect your stupid ass, but fuck you all the same. Your opinion don't shape me. I'ma still get up, put on my motherfucking shoes the same motherfucking way I do every day, and I'm gonna go about my business that don't need to be your business. Because that's what I do. I forgot that when I was fucking hurting and I was down and people wanted to take advantage of that and fucking ferret out my secrets and try to steal my businesses and try to shut my businesses down and get my fucking social media fucking shut down when I was this close to fucking winning a fucking chopper build on OCC. The fucking dragon bike would have been sick. But that's just the way it is, man. There's always going to be somebody that hates on you. You know, as far as I'm concerned, you know, unless somebody puts my name in it, I'm not going to do it because it's not where I'm at right now. It's not what I need. You know, back when I had forgotten who I was, I needed attention. I needed to be seen. Ironically, the more I started remembering who I was, the more I went into hermit mode. And I'm like, I don't want to be seen. Fuck you. Like, this shit's hard, man. Everywhere I go, I feel everything. It's like a fucking raw goddamn nerve, man. You know, it's like they asked Bruce Banner one time what it was like to be the Hulk. And he said, imagine that every nerve is on the outside of your body and it's fucking on fire. That's what it feels like to be an empath. You walk by somewhere where some woman's got raped, you know about it because you just seen it like you were there. And when you first start going through this shit, you think you're crazy. You think that it's all in your head because that's what the narcissistic programming does, is it makes it all your fault. You're the crazy one, not the world that's crazy and fucking upside down. This is literally a false reflection mirror of what's above. It's why the occult maxim, as above, so below, as below, so above, as within, so without, as without, so within. Everything is one. It's a projection of everything around you. If you're seeing something that is not pure energy, like when Neo awakens and he sees the Matrix, if you're not seeing that, then we still have illusions. We still have illusions that are somewhere within us that we have to ferret out. And the only way you can do that is to go within and get quiet and look at every single thing you've ever experienced in your life with a higher magnifying glass. And look at every little fucking aspect of, oh, well, that's why I did that. Well, that's why they did this. And you realize that nothing is personal. You know, if we learn how to feel our reality and not let it control us, we see things from a different perspective. You still feel everything. Believe me, you feel it. You just learn to live with it. You just breathe. You just slow yourself down. It's really not complicated. The only reason that we feel like we're drowning is because we're fighting. You are in a pool of consciousness and you're drowning to get out of it. That's why you're drowning, is because you're trying to get out of it instead of just relaxing. If you're in a river and that fucking river is a torrent going this way, the only way you're going anywhere in that river is with the river. Now, while you're in that river, you can slice your way through that river. That's what the Taoists call Wu Wei, effortless action. People are like, oh, they're lucky. Oh, why do they get it so easy? They didn't. They went through a hellstorm to realize all this shit that's been put on them ain't theirs. And it's not them. They don't need to claim it. It's not theirs. They don't need to fucking have it. You know, when the fucking somebody comes up having a bad mood, talking about their girl, talking about their fucking boyfriend, it ain't your business. We don't need to hear it. We don't need to deal with that. Now, if they're coming and they're needing healing and your spirit is telling you to counsel them to listen, that's different. But that's where discernment comes in, is being able to say, okay, this is just drama. And they want me a part of their drama. Hair just went in my eye. But that's the thing, is when you start valuing your peace more than other people's opinions, you start recognizing the people that are coming to try to rob you of your peace. When you feel drained when you're around that person, stay the fuck away from that person. They're emotional vampires. They're draining your energy. I don't care if they're your mom, your dad, your fucking uncle. I cut my entire family off. I cut off every fucking person I knew because I didn't know who the fuck was draining me and who was fucking with my business. So I cut off everybody. And it hurt people that I love dearly. But I had to do what was right for me. You know, at the end of the day, it's your responsibility to take care of you, nobody else. It's nice if people are compassionate and want to help you. It's fucking awesome. I love when fucking people are fucking like, hey, you hungry? Well, fuck yeah, I'm hungry. I'm homeless, homie. Fuck yeah, I'm hungry. I'll take whatever you got, you know? I'm a vegetarian, but I'm not fucking stupid. I'm also gonna survive. You hand me a motherfucking steak, I'm gonna eat that motherfucker. But I ain't gonna go buy it if I have money. I'm gonna go buy a salad. I'm gonna go buy a fucking, you know, thing of orange juice or whatever. You know, I'm gonna buy shit that I know is healthy for my temple. You know, the more we know, the more we have a responsibility to act in our knowing. That's where wisdom comes. Wisdom comes when you take the knowledge that you have and you put it into action and you actually walk in that knowledge. And the experience of walking in that knowledge gives you wisdom. There are some of us who are eons old. We're what's called a soul group. We are not one individual soul named Aaron Anello or Lucifer Amun-Re. We are a group of souls. Gods and goddesses, dark ones, light ones, demons, angels, all come here to free people of the fucking illusion of fear. To break its fucking hold, to break its control, and to awaken people to the truth that you are a sovereign being and you create your reality. You've just been creating a shit reality because that's what you've been programmed to do. And the reason that you're not doing the things that you want to do is not because you have ADD or ADHD or autism or any other fucking crutch that they've tried to label you with. It's because you don't have a why. You're stuck in what Tony Robbins calls the tyranny of how. You're trying to figure out how to do this, not why. Why do you have a burning desire? Why do you need to say what you need to say? Why do you need to express in your art what you need to express? Why do you need to write the lyrics and express the emotions that you write in your music? What is your driving force? That is your why. When your why becomes overwhelming, nothing else matters. I remember the first time I was brought to a pinnacle of facing part of my gifts, which is my voice, my knowledge, the way I see things. When I was in high school, I was a freshman, and the teacher decided that we were going to do public speeches in front of the whole class. As an introvert, awesome. I was sweating bullets. My topic that was randomly picked was leather jackets. I had no fucking clue what I was going to talk about. You didn't get to write a speech. It was off the top of your head. Until I remembered my dad and all of his friends and, all my biker family. And then I knew what I could talk about. Because to me, a leather vest is a symbol of rebellion. It's a symbol I'm not going to be controlled. I'm not going to be told what to do. I'm a free being. I'm going to live free. It's a symbol of family. It's a symbol of tribe, community, brotherhood, unity of purpose. And when I started talking about all these things, I still felt the fear. I was still sweating bullets. But I loved what I was doing because I was talking about what I loved. So that's the thing. What's your why? Why do you get out of bed? Why do you keep going even though you want to blow your fucking head off? Why? Why?